welcome to give you a kind of lecture in topic of energy policy and infrastructure in Thailand. Let me go through the outline of this lecture. Firstly, I will give you introduction. It's composed of introduction to Thailand. So I believe someone who here has been in Thailand. You have been, okay, good. And about the student life in my university. Also then go through the energy policy and infrastructure in Thailand. So in this topic composed of two sections, I will speak about the energy policy of Thailand in short. And then go to the infrastructure in Thailand that I will emphasize on the water supply, electricity supply. And other three left, so I will speak shortly because I have many slides, so I cannot speak all of slides because I have allowed 60 slides if you can see on the handouts. And the last one I will conclude my presentation. For the Thailand, Thailand is located at the center of the Southeast Asia. There are some countries around Thailand. From the north, you can see Myanmar. On the east side, Laos. East side, one country, Cambodia, and the south side is Malaysia. Thailand is located here in the center of the Southeast Asia. So this is a national flag. If you have been there, so you can see many flags in Thailand. This is an emblem, the sign of the Thailand country. The capital city is Bangkok, so we call Krungthep in Thai. That is the longest name recorded by Guinness World Record. If you need to listen the full name, I can speak to you because that it has been a kind of a song that one singer need to people can remember the full name of Krungthep or Bangkok. กรุงเทพมหานครอมรรัตนโกสินทร์มหินทราอยุธยามหาพิรมภพนพรัตน์ราชธานีบุรีรัมย์อุดมราชธานีมหาสถานอมรพิมานอวตารสถิต That is the full name. So I believe you cannot remember that. If I speak something wrong, you cannot know what I say. Don't ask me to speak again because I cannot speak the same name.
Just one moment for the student. I like to tell. I came back from Krabi, Thailand yesterday, and so much some time ago. But just I like to tell you. Okay, the Phuket. The Krabi is very nice, and also Professor Baba, he enjoyed very much. Now, no. The important thing is Samui Island.
Yes.
Okay. Samui Island. I will organize international student session, and together with my infrastructure research center, for you mean you student, on November 26 and 27. Okay, just remind if you like to attend. If you like to enjoy Thailand and beautiful sunshine and sea water, prepare paper.
That's a very famous place. I believe someone you heard about the Samui Island. So let's go back to the lecture. So the total area of the Thai country, Thailand, the approximate area about 500 square kilometers, 500,000 square kilometers. That is the 20 largest country area. The population is about 63 million. The population consists of 80% of Thais, 10% of Chinese, 3% of Malay. I also one of 3% Chinese, Thai. And left for the other is from Mons, Khmer, and various Hill tribes. Also my wife, she is Mon. So that is a kind of the population in Thailand. So we have our own language. I mean also our own characters. If you can see something happen on the slide, if I check it, there are something on, there are some Thai character on my slide. I'm so sorry. So So the national religion is Buddhism, which is practiced more than 95% of Thai. This record on 2002. The culture tradition in Thailand are significantly influenced by those of India, China, Cambodia, as well as various countries in Southeast Asia. Seniority plays a very important role in the country culture. I think it's the same as in Japan, as I feel that because I have been here for 3 years. I feel the same thing happen in Japan. Thais are also well known for the friendliness and hospitality, leading to country's so-called reputation as a land of smile. Thai is a constitutional monarchy with His Majesty King Bhumibol. He is King Rama IX of the Chakri dynasty. So, due to the government of monarchy, Thailand is only country in the Southeast Asia that has never been colonized by a European power. Let me speak about the season in Thailand, but I'm not sure it's correct or not. There are 3 seasons in Thailand: summer, rainy season, and winter. But as I know, I think just only one season in Thailand, that is summer. So you believe or not, the day before yesterday, we have been in Krabi. What is the maximum temperature? This tries to guess it. You cannot believe that 37 maximum on the Sunday. Yeah. Let you ask Professor Baba, very, very hot. Unbelievable temperature in Thailand. So for the record, the average record, maximum temperature is around 40 degrees of Celsius. Minimum is around 5 degrees. Average around 32. But in sometimes I feel like over 40 in Thailand because I live in Bangkok. The summer has started from February, maybe middle of February. Etymology, the country's official name was Siam. That is the name in the past of Thailand. And we changed the name Siam to Thailand in around year of 1946 and changed back again. So that I told you we have own language called Thai language. Thailand means land of smile. Actually, the Thai come from Thai. It means free. That is the reason why Thailand means land of free. The region known today as Thailand has been inhabited by humans since Paleolithic period. It means 10,000 years ago, before Khmer Empire. So we have 3 dynasties. The first one is Sukhothai, then is Ayutthaya dynasty. The dynasty now is Chakri. So we have a quite long history, about 700 years. This figure shows the artifact in the Sukhothai era, the first era in Thailand. I believe it's influenced by Indian art. Also, this figure, the artifact in Ayutthaya era, Ayutthaya dynasty, influenced by Khmer art. This is a picture show the artifact in Ratanakosin or Chakri dynasty, influenced by Chinese art. And also this figure, the artifact influenced by European art, also as in the Ratanakosin era. So for the education system and student life, Thailand has had a formal comprehensive education plan since 1936. At that time, we separate the study for the people as two sections. First one, 4-year elementary and 8-year for the higher education. And now we change the system as a developed country. The educational system is 6-3-4. It means 6 years for elementary school, 3 years for junior high school, 3 years for high school, and 4 years for the study in the university, as a higher education. So for the free public education is compulsory for all children from age 6 to 15, provide 9 years of the compulsory education. I think the same as in Japan. For the semester, the semester for study in the university and also in the high school. The first semester is start from middle of May and end of that's the first week of October. The second semester start from November and finish at the beginning of March. So it's, the time of the semester is quite different from Japan. Most schools require uniform depending on the affluence of the family. And also in the university, we also have the uniform. Most students can select to wear uniform or not. It's not compulsory for the student in the university. And some university there are a kind of a regulation or rule that force students to wear the uniform. So this slide I will skip it. So we have another program for education we call the additional program. Thailand also offer the adult education, special training service for low-income group, special education for handicapped and vocational school. Actually, I belong to this program, so I spent just 4 years in high school. Junior high school and high school. I spent just 4 years, and then I can enter to the university because I select this program. Actually, this program is that I said is just for people have not a chance to study in the normal school, but most Thai select this way to go to enter the university quicker. I also belong to this program. This figure shows you a uniform of the student in the university. I select this figure from Thammasat University. It's one of the most famous university in Thailand. The competition for enter the university is quite severe in Thailand because there are many students prefer to study in the very famous university, but the university can just select I believe just 10% from all people need to study in the university. The university courses are taught in Thai with the exception of major courses in engineering, economics, and business, administration at Chulalongkorn University and also Thammasat University and some private university in Bangkok. Actually, my university, King Mongkut Institute of Technology, we have another course of international. So, but it's just a very small faculty. So most of students belong to the normal system because everything is taught in Thai, not in English language. So let's move to the energy policy of Thailand. I have to tell you a good news for this lecture. Engineering knowledge, technical knowledge is not necessary for understanding my presentation. There's a good news for you. Every country in the world, let's move to the energy policy of Thailand. Every country in the world is still facing to the problem of energy shortage. In Thailand also we have not much petroleum. We have some kind of natural gas, but it's not enough for using in Thailand. We have to import oil, natural gas for producing electricity. And also liquid petroleum gas we call LPG from other countries. Fuel used for producing electricity, 60% is from natural gas, 20% from coal, 15% from hydro, and less from the renewable energy. So you can see the very little amount of the fuel from the renewable energy, which is different from the European country. This year also we have the crisis of energy because Myanmar stopped feeding natural gas to Thailand. That you can see we use 60% of natural gas for producing electricity. So we have a crisis because, as I told you, Myanmar stopped feeding natural gas to Thailand for maintenance of the system of the gas pipeline during middle of March. Just very short time, 1 week, but we have a problem, shortage energy. For the energy policy of Thailand is characterized by increasing energy consumption efficiency, and also increasing domestic energy production, increasing the private sector role in the energy sector, and the last one, increase the low market mechanism in setting energy price. So, as you know, this is a policy, but it's quite difficult to fulfill in Thailand because we have some constraint, because we lack of the knowledge. I mean, also the technology that can fulfill this policy. Let me go to the infrastructure in Thailand. So I will speak these 5 topics. Start first from water supply, electricity, communication system, transportation, petroleum and gas supply. That I will emphasize on the water supply and electricity supply. Water resource, which is crucial for everyone's life, are facing increasing competing because of growing population, urbanization, and industrialization. Since water shortage may lead to crisis, and effective management of water resource is necessary to cope with the water problem. For the water supply, every year we have the problem from the water shortage. And if you heard about the news last 2 years ago, we have a very big problem from flooding. So every 10 years, as I remember, every 10 years we have some problem from flooding because we can manage the water well. Actually, the Thai government spent a lot of money, about 0.2 trillion budget for improving overall water resource management system. That is not enough because some year we have a problem from the water shortage. Also in this year, we have problem from the water shortage. Last year we have problem from the flooding. So let me skip this slide. For the water flooding in year 2011, that I told you, the severe flooding occurred during the year of 2011. The beginning of that flooding is start from the end of July, from the tropical storm called, a kind of typhoon called Nokten. Flooding soon spread through the province of the northern area of Thailand. In October, flooding water reached the mouth of Chao Phraya River. Chao Phraya River is the main river. It's located at the middle of the Thailand. So we found the total result around 800 dead in this event, and about 13.6 million people affected from that flooding. The flooding area is over 20,000 square kilometers. So I will show you some picture. You can see the severe thing. The World Bank estimate the disaster ranked as the world 4th costliest disaster. Is the same level as the tsunami in Japan, earthquake and tsunami in Japan, also the Kobe earthquake, and also Hurricane Katrina in United States. So I will show you some picture. Picture on the left-hand side. This is a picture taken from the satellite before flooding. So you can see some house, and also this is a Chao Phraya River. And after flooding, you can see all of this area flooding. This is a picture taken from real estate in Ayutthaya province, located on the northern part of Bangkok. So you can see a brand of Honda. The water level in Ayutthaya, also in Pathum Thani province, is over 3 meters. On the suburb area, I have a house on the suburb area. The water level of the flooding about 1.5 meters. Just left only the center of Bangkok, no flooding. That's a very small area. So also this picture is taken from the one real estate in Ayutthaya province. So you can see the water level is almost the height of the airplane. It's taken from the previous international airport, Dongyeong, if you have been there. Also, I move to other topic, because this slide I will skip because it speaks about the water authority in Thailand. Okay. The second topic of the infrastructure in Thailand, that is utility supply. There are 3 utility in Thailand. One is take care of the generation system, and 2 take care of distribution system. The first one is the Electricity Generating Authority of Thailand. We call EGAT. And other 2 are Provincial Electricity Authority, PEA. And the last one, Metropolitan Electricity Authority, we call MEA. PEA and MEA take care of the distribution system in Thailand. We have one separate generating authority that take care of the transmission system. So I will skip a slide about the history of 3 utilities. This figure, you can see what is the difference between the transmission system and also distribution system in the term of the voltage, I mean the voltage level. In transmission system in Thailand, we use the voltage about 200 to 500 kV. Actually, we have 2 systems. One is 230 kV, kilovolt, and the other one is 500 kilovolt system. Those are the transmission system voltage. And then we step down the voltage to the sub-transmission system. There are 2 sub-transmission system voltage, 115 kV and 69 kV. And after that, that is a distribution system. We reduce or step down the voltage from the higher level down to about 20 to 30 kV in the distribution system. So you can see the borderline is separate the responsibility of EGAT, PA, and MEA. So I have already speak about that. I will skip this slide. For the generation system, most of generators are big and synchronous type. If you are electrical engineering, I believe you will know about this very well, but you are not. For the type of generator, there are many kinds of the generator. One is thermal, hydro from the dam, nuclear power plant, but there is no nuclear power plant in Thailand. Renewable fuel cell, solar cell, and wind farm. I told you that in Thailand we have a very low percentage of this type of energy. the generated voltage is range about 13 kilovolt. In Thailand, that I told you, this generation system is taken care by EGAT. So I will skip this slide. In the transmission system, I told you before, the EGAT also take care of this system. It's economical if there is huge electrical energy at the high voltage. The reason that if in case of you increase the voltage up, and it means you can reduce the current, it means the loss in system is also reduced. Maybe someone don't understand, so I can write something. So it's very simple.
B is much larger. I cannot read it. I am big
Okay, so
letters, much bigger.
if you increase the voltage, it means if you consider about the constant power, if you increase the voltage, it means current will be reduced. It means the loss in the transmission system or this system will be reduced from this equation. It's just a very simple equation. Okay, go to other slide. That I told you, the sub-transmission system is taken care by PA and NEA. We use a concrete pole. We install the concrete pole along the road to send the electricity from the suburb area to the center. Okay, for the distribution system, we have many kind of the line. I mean the cable. For the overhead line, we use back conductor. Also PIC, partial insulated cable, and SAC, space aerial cable, and also underground cable is just for the urban area because we don't need to see any kind of pole in the city center. The voltage level in the distribution system is just about 20 kilovolt to 30 kilovolt maximum. This voltage level is used for only in the southern part of Thailand because we have a very long distance. We select to use this level voltage and also use a single phase. The same system as in Japan, but normally for the other system, I mean the distribution system, we use a 3-phase 4Y to deliver the electricity to the customer. The low voltage level in Thailand is about 400 volt, which is different from the voltage level in Japan. In Japan, you use just 100 or 110 volt. In Thailand, we can select use a 3-phase system voltage or single-phase system voltage. So for the single phase, the voltage level is about double compared to the voltage level in Japan. Skip this slide. Okay. I have already told you we have 2 systems that you can select to use the voltage. One is the single-phase system and 3-phase system. Okay. So you can see I can see that the Y is not in order. I don't understand why they can. I don't know how to manage the system Y in Thailand, but they can. Okay. Next, important is about the electricity tariff. It depends on the type of user and consumption. For the electricity price is about 1 to 3 baht per kilowatt hour. It's very cheap compared to the electricity price in Japan or in European country. It's very cheap. Start from 1 to 3 baht per kilowatt hour. And also we have to pay service charge. It's about 8 to 20 baht per month.
1 baht, how much Japanese yen?
1 baht is about now 0.3. 0.3. Oh no. About
the other side.
1 baht is about 3 yen. Sorry. 1 baht is about 3 yen. Okay, let's go to the other topic about the telecommunication system. We have just 6 channels for free TV, and they are operated by the government public relations department, and now is separate from the government, under the government. Some company is privatization, has already provided privatized. Those 6 channels are channel 3, channel 5, channel 7, and channel 7, and also Thai PBS. Another broadcasting is satellite or cable TV that you can select to see. You have to pay about 300 to 2,000 baht per month to use to watch the program from the satellite or cable TV in Thailand. I show you 1 baht, 3 yen. For the telephone, we have in the past we have only one organization, that is the Telephone Organization of Thailand. We call TOT. That take care about the domestic phone just inside in Thailand. For other authority, that is a Communication Authority of Thailand, we call CAT. That take care the international phone call. Okay. For the mobile phone, we have some company that operate. That those companies should be will be under the CAT. That is now is privatized also. There are 2 network systems, GSM and CDMA, as in Japan. We have to try to select, but we have just only one CDMA in Japan. Free and charge for the using mobile phone or sending the message. We pay 2 baht, about 6 yen per message, and 5 baht for multimedia message. Okay. Is record that there are subscribers about 15 million. There is not update because it's in January 2004, and I believe now it's double, over 30 million. Internet system. There are many kind of the private company that provide internet system to the home. That we have to pay around not much expensive, just 700 to 1,000 baht per month for unlimited service. Mailing and postal, we have only one organization or authority, that is the Thailand Post Company Limited. It means it has already privatized, that not belong to the government, not belong to the Thai government. The charge rate is depend on the distance and weight. Let me go to the transportation system. It's a bit different from the transportation system in Japan. I start to speak about the railway, sky train, and subway. And I will show you bus route, road, and expression way. We have very interesting transportation, that is the water transportation, because we have a very large canal system, actually very large and very complicated. And the last one I will talk about the air transportation. This figure show you many types of transportation. Here is a sky train or subway, because we have the two systems that we connect together. So sometimes we call subway and sometimes we call sky train, because that train sometimes lie over and sometimes underground. That is a bus used in Thailand. Also, we use a boat for water transportation. So we train, and most of trains are diesel, so it runs very slowly. For the railway, it's operated by State Railway of Thailand, SRT, which is also state enterprise, means belong to the Thai government. Most of trains that I told you before are still diesel locomotive. Rail car used for a long time, that I told you, run very slowly. Also, my university, we have many choice to go there. One that my student select use the train, but it's spent for a long time. But this you can avoid from the traffic jam. This figures I show you that is a sky train and also subway. They are connected together. We have just only two lines, that are about 20 stations for the BTS sky train, and one line is about 20 kilometers and the other line the same distance, has about 80 stations. So we have planned to have two extension line for the sky train that it will be operate next 2 years, and now it's under construction. For the fare rate, we have to pay start from 15 baht to 40 baht per trip. It depends on the distance. It's quite cheap compared to the fare in Japan. 15 baht, about 50 yen. And here 40 baht, maximum is about 120 yen. Also, I will show you some picture about the bus. Bus service more than 200 lines in Bangkok and nearby province are provided by the Bangkok Mass Transit Authority. It means also belong to the Thai government. 50% belong to Thai government, 50% to the private company. The bus fare rate is depend on the travel distance again. Start from 9 to 20 baht, very cheap for you. It's just 30 yen up to 60 yen. That is for the air-conditioned bus. For the local bus, it's just a little bit cheaper. It's about 8 baht. Sorry, I don't know exactly about the fare, because I don't use it for a long time, because my university and my house is far away from my house. My university is far away from my house. So I have only one choice to use a car from my house to my university. For the road and expressway, we have 3 main roads. The center is in Bangkok, so we have 4 main roads. One go to the northern part, second to the northeastern, the third to the east part, and also the last one go to the south part. The total distance of the road is about 60,000 kilometers. So we'll skip something here. This will show you the highway road in Thailand. Let's go to the water transportation. As I told you, we have a very big and complicated canal system. In Bangkok, the Chao Phraya River is the major transportation artery with ferry, water taxi, and long-tail boat you can select to use. There are local semi-express and express line for the commuter to the river wind a lot, which can make the trip much faster than by bus, and sometimes it's much quicker than using of the bus because of traffic jam in Bangkok. That I told you, there are also very big canal. We call that canal named Khong San Sam. That provide fast and inexpensive transportation in the central bulk of Bangkok. And transportation, we have over 100 airports in Thailand, and we have just only 6 international airports. One is in Bangkok, in Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai, Phuket, Hat Yai province, and also Utapao that belong to the Thailand military. And sometimes when we have some problem, we can use the Utapao airport as an international airport. If you remember about the flooding situation in Thailand in year 2011, we cannot use the international airport. That time we use another airport, that is the Utapao airport as an international airport. Okay, and we have the new one. I mean the new international airport is completely construction in year 2009. 3-4 years ago. That is a very big airport. I will have some picture to show you about the new international airport named Suvarnabhumi Airport. Okay, I will skip all slides. For the last one, petroleum and gas supply. Oil and gas are produced onshore mostly by Shell, so that is an international company at the synthetic oil and Nam Hong gas field respectively. That I told you, we have not much petroleum material, especially oil. Most of oil we have to import from overseas. We have some natural gas in the Gulf of Thailand that is not enough to use in Thailand, so we have to import from overseas, especially import from other countries close to Thailand, Myanmar and Laos. We speak about the natural gas and oil development. Read from my For refining the petroleum, we have a very big company we call PTT, Petroleum Authority of Thailand, and now also has been privatized. This company is a major shareholder in 2 refining companies, Thai Oil Limited and Bangchak Petroleum Public Company. So this company is very big company and also very rich company because of the oil price crisis. So we also have oil and gas transportation system from the Gulf of Thailand to the center of Thailand, Bangkok. For the oil price, now it's about 29 baht per liter for the high-speed diesel, and 42 baht per liter for the unrated gasoline regular. with octane of 91 and about 45 baht per liter for the premium unleaded gasoline of octane 95. Also, gas price LPG is about 300 baht per tank. One tank is about 50 kilograms. Also, CNG is much cheaper because we can produce in Thailand. It's about half price. No, yes, it's just half price. So recently we launched the project, and Thai government give a big fund to the researcher to research about the biodiesel and produce gasohol, a mixture between gasoline and alcohol to use in Thailand with the lower cost. Let me give you conclusion of my presentation. So you can read from my slide because I will read it. Infrastructure in Thailand has been during development and change the technology. Recently, most are still administered by the state enterprise, except commercial system. I have already told you. That is SkyTrain subway in Bangkok. Many projects by the government to conserve the energy are urgently proposed and constructed. There are many constraints for fulfilling the energy policy of Thailand. The most important constraints are from lack of knowledge, technology, and limitation of infrastructure that have to be improved. Thank you for your attention. Any question?